what's up, everybody? Alright. Now, hold on. Okay. Subscription goal, we don't need that anymore. I'll probably just get rid of that. But yeah, anyways, welcome. Welcome. Let me just activate that. Alright, boys, yeah, we're in the new update. And, sorry, I was vibing earlier, so we can actually, swap out of this team. Wait, no. Okay. Wait, isn't there a board supposed to be here? Okay, maybe. Yeah, hold on. Okay. That's not what I want. Party. That's right. No update. Let's get my main team out here. Let's check it out. So, okay. End battle. What is it? New. Oh, lost something. This looks good, but let's get it back. Oh, of course there's this. Oh, this. Okay, not bad. We got this stuff in that. Not really.
A blade is like a tea leaf.
So we don't have the...
Only
oh, wait,
those
no,
who
it's not
sample
in our
it
system.
friends can
Oh boy, guys, let's load the new outfit. Okay, so yeah, I do remember. It's a free skin, so official skin's free.
shade its
Veil. I like that. You got some good primo gems.
true qual.
Look, I'm sorry, but look. Well, you guys, I know what you're both thinking. Cedar, what character are you gonna aim for? And here's your answer. I'm gonna aim for Klee, because I actually have no 5-star pyro unit, so I'm gonna aim for Klee. Yes, I know. Oh my god, Cedar, why would you aim for Klee? One, is she's freaking adorable.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens.
Oh.
From
I've seen this before. Venti, shut up. Alright. Over here. Yep. Kazuha. Klee. Freaking adorable. Yeah, we have a while before their banner runs out. Okay. Might not even be worth it though. Alright, so we have the test runs. Oh, Ningguang's gonna be in here. Okay, good. Wait, I can actually take this advantage to increase her constellation. Oh yeah, this nerd. Alright. Let's try out these characters actually. I've actually played these characters before, but not the new Fortune or even Klee, so. Oh, it's just Barbara. I mean, I do that.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature.
Actually,
As one with wind and cloud.
That was really easy. But I should also probably like check on stats and such. I shall at least unlock that. But we're not gonna do it though. remind me of fun. Being on vacation soon. No, this is definitely actually a really late stream. Probably gonna be sleep deprived again, cause like I've literally already been doing to myself these past few weeks trying to get hyperchrome for jailbreak. Yeah. Alright. This is like literally got I'm excited for as well. Like literally new force. I want to get him. Alright, so alright. So this is gonna be his set. His attack is not that good. Oh, but this talent's automatic though. Alright. Let's see how good he'll be. Oh wow.
Confess! Bring it on! Get moving! This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge.
Let's dance. Eat this!
Cyclone! Get moving!
He just enjoyed smashed you. Well, awesome run to gut. That's nice. That's good. Alright. Alright, Ningon. I've led you before. Well, actually, let it have. I have Ningon. As well as her other outfit. Actually, not that free.
It's nothing.
I would also feel like it's like what?
You're in for a little shock.
Give up. Your life is mine. Don't waste my time. It's nothing.
Surrender and be gentle.
Submit.
This game's so fun. Oh wait, okay, sorry guys, but I forgot I need to keep my microphone close to me, so y'all can actually hear my terrible voice. Alright. Man, I really need to get something that can help me with better audio. Alright, here we go. Just tell them why?
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Cool it! I got you covered! Oh, so sorry.
Eat this.
Don't get too close! Supporting fire! Don't get frostbite. Dodge this!
Toast. Nice and spicy.
Check this out! Here's backup! Fire it up!
I don't think I'll ever fight.
Supporting fire! Check this out!
But it's like literally his defenses. Like that's really what I guess you're mainly looking for when you use Toma. I'll definitely be talking to my sister tomorrow. Like, I'm actually going to California. Don't try to meet me in real life, please, anybody. Yeah. Yeah, we get a new skin.
A blade is like a tea leaf.
Nothing new adventures. Oh wait. Okay.
Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Yo, what's up, your games tonight? Mr. Red Sloth, what is up? Alright. Okay, I'm not really getting anything new yet. The new event isn't here. Oh wait, so it's saying I can unlock it right now. Well, wait, I guess we'll be doing this quest. I haven't needed one. Mostly barely. Oh. Oh wait, what? Let's turn it down a bit then.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Sorry guys, sorry. Getting some nice cold water. Alright boys, here we go. Alright, so boy, map isn't there yet. Oh, well, whatever. Alright, boys, I guess how am I doing? How are you doing? Doing pretty good. It is currently 11, so well, okay, actually past 11, like, 'cause I'm pretty sure the maintenance stopped at 11, so yeah. I was just doing my thing though, like currently editing the new Gacha Club videos.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma.
Yeah, we're about to step foot in Sumeru next update.
So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
Yeah, we've also tamed a new waifu. Just kidding.
So,
Don't call me sus.
huh?
What the hell?
Hey, what the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince it to calm down a little.
Well, you don't want to.
Kamisato art. Sumetsu. Take flight.
Yeah, I live in Georgia.
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all? Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make... No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an anemo. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
Boy, I want to fight this guy.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about... Right? Anyway, just to be on the safe... Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean, beyond already knowing each other? Anyway, the Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look
I
for him
cannot
there.
read your name, because that's in a font I'm not... And Yuri, do not call me. Look, Yuri, don't call me, okay? I don't even have time for a VC. I barely even have time at all, actually. So I'm gonna be really busy, because I just gotta get packed tomorrow.
Looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention.
Do you have enough time to sleep? Yeah, I do. I have enough time to sleep. I get decent, I guess. I'm not gonna tell you
Kazuha
what.
keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just...
Oh, so you...
I've heard bits and pieces. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they...
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you. Guess we'll go pay...
All right, then.
So we're going to the Shogun's place. Alright. I heavily ship that Shogun calling me assholes, by the way, boys. But I think we already knew that considering that video I made. Luckily, I don't need to be scared of the Shogun anymore. What if anything, she's just pretty much confused about all the new stuff in Inazuma. I'm sure you guys are, I'm pretty sure though, all my fans are literally just like wondering, what would the Shogun react if she met like Raiden, Jack the Ripper? I don't know, that's literally what everybody's wondering. Don't worry, I'll get that video posted. I'll get it posted. Oh, you're talking to this nerd. This dingo right here.
Oh? It's you.
What's up, my dude?
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very
Didn't this
welcome
guy
to
get his
listen in
ass
on the
beat by
conversation.
Shogun?
We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class, but there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun, and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, you will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulate.
Malicious rumors?
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Yeah, his old friend's vision activated, but he ended up putting it next to his friend's sword, though. But
What? But That doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is true, Paimon.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will...
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought.
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
I'll think about that one. Not the biggest fan of BioShock. Like, it's okay, but I don't really think it's something I want to make a video over.
Yikes! We nearly forgot it.
Yeah, we got.
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Can't forget there's ice in that water bottle.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedehara sword art. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was...
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone...
In that case, I will send some...
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Boy, if we get to see the Shogun execute this guy, I'm gonna be very shocked and very happy.
Very well. Please stay safe.
This guy's pretty much a really mean jackass.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
I mean, the dipshit? Yeah, let's beat his ass. Still some good
The
damage.
detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Oh boy, imagine if we get to meet Heizo. And not actually play good, but even play a role in that. I think it's gonna be an Dark Conquest thing. No. Really like just like pure casual. But it sounds. Something's gonna clear. I have a lot of stuff. Considering how it's like in game, and guys, of course, please remember I do not any of the song music that is being currently played. Like, well, not once in my life, whatever. Yeah, I think we should. But, whatever you need.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for...
Aha! So this is the
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Mr. Kaedehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are all— To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaedehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa!
Please, accept my thanks for looking—
Of course. Sorry, I got a little off topic, but I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual?
Interesting.
The Tenryou Commission had very few leads.
Very
I
interesting.
thought you might have some information from different sources.
I must admit, Shy Guy, the glitch demon, your name is quite long, so I might just start calling you Shy Guy from now on.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
Uh-oh. Looks like the
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you, few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you.
You flatter me.
You are much too humble. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. Let me tell you about it.
Sure. During times like...
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Toke, 2 grown men going missing at the same time. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Sure. Can't.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma smithy.
Alright.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Do this. Oh my god, I did not want to click that. Yes! Talk to these people. What up, old man?
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha.
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes,
Yes.
you may recall the story.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water. There is nothing mystical to our work. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan...
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation.
Ah, yes. My nephew. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. But I've done what I can so far.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too.
Yes.
That's
On the
true.
morning that Yuya went missing, I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. After that, yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality.
Alright.
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Check. Move, that'd be great. I'll turn it on too so I can get a little massage before I go to bed after the stream, of course.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. He is humble and kind.
Huh.
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
We will.
Don't worry. You have our word.
Don't worry, we got this.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Alt. I don't have to hold the Alt button. Let's just fly over. What? Don't look at the Shogun's butt. Okay, guys. Like, what? Only killers left. Wait, guys. No being sus on my stream. Alright, well, if you're sus, you'll be timed out.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing and...
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state.
Man, I feel
Has
better.
some new information come out?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
Yes,
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. Everything was fine when we first got married. But as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Why is Paimon smiling? Wait, Paimon, you should not be
He
smiling.
lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
This guy is insane.
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
And that led...
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have... After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament.
I do feel a little sad. I need to be a little sad. So to hear that, Mr. Retzloff. Sadness. I would hope nothing bad's going on with you in your life.
And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten in, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure.
I don't know. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so but the information we gathered from the other side
A little confused.
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured.
Thank...
Alright, let's re-go.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while.
No,
Over
Paimon's
to
too
you.
dumb.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no Amenoma Yuya lacks a...
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but it...
Let's keep going. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Miss...
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse.
Oh yeah, we'll also like to see the name of the Let's see what that is. Okay, so it's right here.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those... As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use.
Now I'm picking up...
What?
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now. But I can still sense it felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami. Indeed. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Yeah, let's be careful of this.
Huh. So it's an underground...
The force is definitely coming. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said
that's
her
true.
husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of
So what should we...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the... You needn't worry.
No, it's true. But well, like we both fought the Shogun, so.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see it. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to...
That was too scary.
All we can do now is keep two ordinary humans entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. Quiet your mind. From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be... quite possibly...
Right.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Fight me, nerds. You're nothing. Well, I literally upgraded Gandhi's weapon for a reason.
Next on the agenda, Born of Ice and Frost.
Rust and rebuild!
Whirling Snow! No touching!
Nice. There we go.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. Well? According to this letter, a conflict arose. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chasing.
So...
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us. Yes. Right now, if Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised if, for a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected.
That is very true.
It seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance.
Wait! You figured it out?
I believe so. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. Not sure. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
It's him. That's the guy.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So what's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa! Surely...
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects. Then the blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, or rather, as a means to occupy.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams as a descendant of the Kaedehara clan.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, he was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft, and sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom,
that sword looks really
his
cool,
skill,
though, not gonna
It culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but in her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an
Swords?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
Oh?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them when they got tired or injured or unusable? After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until at long last. Kaedehara Kazuha, now.
Oh, but you think you're gonna be enough to take me on? Come on.
Absurd. There is no escape.
Bye.
We shall rewrite history. Join me and sever that divine light.
Oh, this guy also does
Allow me.
Shine down.
Time to go.
Yeah, okay.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Rewrite history. Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too.
Your bluff's fooling no one.
Lost. I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit. Not even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small by any means.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance.
Really? You can...
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and
Yes,
feelings. Since the blade is currently
you have
possessing
confirmed that.
Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is... I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding after all the time.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of...
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity.
What a...
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever. I think you realized your limitations long ago. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this?
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired? Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art, but even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you are
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection. and certainly.
I guess we're gonna
not
kill this
yours.
guy.
It is pointless to argue.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're...
Very well. Then once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's had the power of the Tatarigami Even if things take a turn for the worse, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet now.
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy at first. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will.
What should we do next?
We find some enemy. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights.
Huh.
If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade, if he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
All right.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he...
Are we sure this is... Okay, fuck.
Oh, so suck it up. Okay, so there's some nerds we have to take down. So we'll probably be playing as Kazuha again. I really like that sword though. Like, boy, I really like it. Boy, it looks really cool. Like, guys, don't argue with me. You can't deny the fact that that sword is so cool. Now, of course, before we head out, I actually will try to summon on the new banner. Let's see what we can get. And after that, I'll end the stream and go to bed. Busy day tomorrow. Oh, yep. Oh yeah, we can only play as Kazuha.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Oh, we are. You have the sword. Bro, that's...
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. There's more.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your...
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, let's keep going.
Alright. I mean, what? Like, this is not trying to control you.
Time to go.
Rather than being controlled.
The wind knows it. See no more. One with nature.
The fairy. Finally, let's get down to business.
Come here, nerds.
The wind knows it. Falling leaves. Adorn my night.
Whoa, something's up with the blade.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is... He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting...
But what would that do to
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Actually, hold on. I really want this. This is his. Oh, but he has Constellation 3 though. Yeah. 11, 8, 8. Alright, yeah. But I see why.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Got him.
Are you okay? It looked like
Yes. And
the sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking? It's
Oh,
the same blade as before. It looks like a piece of junk.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even... Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broke. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never... The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Here they are! Take them down!
Oh boy.
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can.
Don't worry. I'll use... It's just more...
That is true.
Go into the wind.
Ready!
One with nature.
End you!
The wind moves. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
Got him. Easy.
You fought way
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is.
Yeah.
Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Unless you accept.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue. Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power, skill, blade, determination and desire. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. You have known this for a long time.
He gave me everything. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. How could I go back on my word?"
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm.
That's kind of savage, my dude. I don't mean to do that, but okay, might as well show off.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as a bladesmith lay quiet. A newly forged blade lay by his side.
Wow. That was the blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. He spent the rest of his life in the forge. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, so he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
So but after that, the blacksmith's intentions were warped by the Tatarigami.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known
do
that
not
the
tell
power
this
he
story
worked
to
with
Yamigo,
was that of the
otherwise she's just
Tatarigami.
going to start mass producing books
The
about
hatred
it.
within that this
So she can start
blade
making
has
bank, because that's what she wants.
Yes. It is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. He seems to have calmed down.
Wait, also, I did not even see the chest over here. I'll be taking those. The chest in here. Like, I lost some treasure, dude. Okay.
When I look back at the past, I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes, but darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Not only did I fail to fulfill his...
You are finally seeing reality
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask...
Hey! Now you're adding yours in...
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some...
His attitude... What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. Alas, after that, nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand.
Oh? And who would...
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after... You must have plenty of reasons to both hate...
Understood.
I see. I utterly despise him and his... If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry.
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move. More Ronin could appear at any moment. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim...
What? About to get epic, showdown. Also, oh wait, I can't even check. Boy, I can't even check. Alright. I am getting so many notifications. Oh yeah, Hoodie, a YouTuber I subscribe to, is currently live streaming himself playing the new update. He probably is actually. It's predictable. Alright, we're about to get
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art. Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
There we go.
It is my honor.
Let's see it.
One with nature. That hurts.
It's only a shred that I played like
Into the wind. The wind knows me. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
What? Come on.
One with
Thank you for the... Although he appears battered and broken. In your hands, it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedahara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedahara to do the right thing.
He really did.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go
I'm not sure, but I...
Oh man, this is so sad. I totally don't simp for her. Okay. Maybe I simp for her a little bit. Walk in the background. I will review the footage to see if I spotted anything. See if there is anything I should be aware of. I will review footage.
It's Yuya!
I am sorry to have troubled you.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon. Considering their forging philosophy. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton...
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded. But... And now that Yuya is back, it's...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No, what?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious.
Trust the blade?
I have decided... Thank you. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Oh.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. is still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted
That's really cool.
It will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind.
What's his real name?
Kagotsurube Ishin.
That's the sword we saw in the trailer!
Is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
That's the sword we saw in the trailer. Bro, that sword is cool. I want it.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really...
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep speaking for myself. I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his... I understand. Hearing his wish to rival the your quest to face the gods, after everything I've seen. Perhaps
You
these
guys are gonna love
pursuits
the final
fascinate
episode
me
of
a little
Izuku's
more than they
Impact.
should.
Trust me, Izuku will actually be fighting the gods in Celestia. He'll be taking them on.
I will continue to support you from this point on.
He can do there.
Know that you will have my assistance.
Wait! Shouldn't we also...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, wait. I'll teleport up a tiny bit. Wait, chat, look at me, boy. I'm just teleporting a tiny bit, okay? Okay, maybe a little further. It's right there. Oh, boy. Ah! Alright. Oh, you're right there. Wait, you're at the Shogun. Okay. Well, I think the Shogun literally walked all the way from here to down there. Boy, that is amazing.
Ah, you've returned. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation...
Wow, you sure kept...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about
I see.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the Shogunate and Sangonomiya.
You misunderstand. That was most...
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking.
Very well. I can understand. However, if you should ever change your mind or find your...
Great.
Where will you travel to next?
I'll probably... As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Let's go. Bloody, please somebody got that sword. Bloody, please somebody got that sword. Yes! Bloody, we got that sword! Bloody, dude, that sword looks so cool. Is it 5-star or 4-star? Something tells me it's 4-star. Switch. 4-star. What? It can't be refined. It's max. Okay. I understand. Okay, I do. So what we need to do next is actually start. max level for weapons is actually only level 90. You can't go higher than that. Though I do wish, though. I definitely do wish. I shall sacrifice that. No. Well, I guess first I should unlock it. What? Destroying my Mora. Your sword. This is for plunging, so I guess this would actually like really be an alternative sword for Kazuha. Though it's an amazing sword, though I will admit, really cool sword. All right. Let's go through hell one more time. Alright, boys. Alright, so I will explain some of the stuff I have done already. So first off, Kanji's bow is actually now officially at level 90. One of her talents is at level 7. The Shogun's talents are at level 7. Her blade is only at level 7. And as you see, I do not have enough to enhance or ascend it. We need to increase Kokumi's healing. I had to increase her blade stats along with 2 of her talents. Unfortunately, I do not have the more for it. Let's sit back, relax, and enjoy my suffering. Because I'm going to hate it. So, opponents, okay. I think I need pyro for this side. Pyro and Geo. Alright. That's fairly easy enough. Take him for it. This is a good team. There we go. Alright, boys. Spiral Abyss, here we go. Alright.
Gather!
Illusion shattered!
Access denied.
That's literally why I have that shield out there. Buster. But please, John, you bow stuff is doing a lot of damage.
No touching.
Stabilize!
Access denied.
There is no escape!
Solidify!
will have order.
Illusion shattered.
No touching. Next on the agenda.
Take cover!
Gather.
Die. Die. Alright.
Busted. Right now, right here.
Take flight!
A sight to behold. Emerge, right here. Emerge.
My apologies! Impress the ice! Take flight!
Gotcha.
My apologies!
This. Will they continue? Alright, so that's 50 premium gems. Restore 300 HP. Defending like literally prepare myself for the final one. Oh, I see.
Solidify!
Put your back into it!
Killjoy, we've only just begun.
For Rex Lapis. Born of ice and frost.
If I don't get it,
I see through
time to fulfill my duty. Freshness.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
You can't run. Well, don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Shine down!
Order guide you.
Isn't over.
Stabilize.
Get out of here! Take cover!
No excuse for
Everybody
slacking.
stand back!
Finished.
There is no escape!
We're way behind schedule. All hail! Access denied.
I will have order.
Solidify.
Now you shall perish!
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Born of ice and frost.
Die.
Off we go! Let's light it up! Teamwork is... Illusion shattered!
Access denied.
Cooked food. Disgusting.
Alright.
Another test subject.
Quietly now.
Rest and rebuild!
Things are about to get dicey.
Unthinkable! Whirling snow!
Still on.
Right now, emerge. I'm always watching. Right now, emerge. Right now. Take flight. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over. Whirling snow. Right here, right now, right here. Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Take flight.
Off with you!
Whirling
Oh,
snow.
well, we just barely got that in time. Alright, next one. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Energy recharge.
Gather!
Born of ice and frost. For Rex Lapis. Glaze over. Access denied. Take cover! That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Solidify! I will have order!
There is no escape.
Everybody stand back!
Stabilize!
For Rex Lapis!
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Gather! Order guide you!
We're way behind Glaze over.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Alright, there goes boss number 1.
Here to play with me. Gotcha. Let's move out. Right now, right here. Emerge. My apologies. Sakura swirl. Blink. Over here. Game's up. Fun's over. Whirling snow.
Allow me.
My apologies. Busted. You really assistants?
Pay your dues!
Things are about to get dicey. Kamisato art. Sumetsu! Right now, right here. Emerge. A sight to behold. Right now. Right here. Quietly now.
Hold the line.
Take flight. trying to communicate.
Whirling snow!
Next up, allow me.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Looks like I went too far.
Born of ice and frost.
Sakura swirl! Take flight! Shine down! Whirling snow!
Of death.
Alright, boys. Now, when I get these tasks done, wish me luck. Oh, you mean like a super chat or something? I'll let you know if someone super chats, like there's a donation. I'll let you know. Although of course I actually have no idea if the super chat even works. Totally never went on a killing spree of Timmy's pigeons. Parkour thing I had to do later, so let's do it. A little more. Alright, see you later, Mr. Red Sloth. Although if you want, you might actually want to stay on a little longer. Like, cause I'm actually about to summon for a Klee. Soon
extra... Thank you for completing today's commissions.
That guy right there needs to be quiet. Boy, do not disrespect my homie. Alright, boys, here we go. Oh boy. Either I should go for Kazuha or Klee. If I get Kazuha, I can make fun of my sister. Let's give it a shot. Oh. It's not bad. I'll take it.
Blade. Embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Yeah, but they get scammed. So strong. What did you really see for? I just see for my Barbara. Are you serious? Okay then. Alright boys, yeah, that's the end of the stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. Yeah. This is Senior setting out.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.